Hi, I'm here to tell you a little bit about my work with Dr. Friedemann. I initially started working with him because I had heard him on a podcast talking about how no matter how much knowledge you acquire in your life, you will only get to experience what your deep-rooted subconscious beliefs are. So unless you access the subconscious mind, it doesn't matter what you know, you're still going to attract the same experience. And I felt so very much that was the truth of my life. I had done a lot of work on myself already. I had been studying yoga and going to therapy and just working on myself and trying to become the best version of myself I can in this lifetime. And yet, no matter what I knew about myself, I felt that my experience in life was the same. And it didn't matter how much knowledge I had, I still was ultimately the same person. And I couldn't change. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to change because I had an idea of a life where there might be a little bit more ease and a little bit less suffering and a little bit more closer to the life that you dream of, you know? And anyways, I have to say that after my first session with Dr. Friedemann, I felt like I would have paid for it times 5 over because it already changed everything. It's really hard to explain until you start working with him, but my perspective about my world shifted. So when I went outside and I looked at things and I looked at people, things that had been challenging to me, they all of a sudden looked different. It's like somebody had lifted this veil, this fog that I had been living in, this confusion about misconceptions about myself and the things that had happened to me. And once we were able to kind of zero in on that, I think I was most floored by the fact that things actually looked different to me. The world looked different and the people in it, and so then I started to feel differently about it. And because I felt differently about it, I started taking different actions. And so I was already very quickly on the path of creating a different life in an authentic way, in a way that I actually felt connected to in my heart. I remember also I had a close friend at the time, and she would always say, I just think that there's this like deep sense of sadness that's maybe just like a part of who you are, which it's true, it's a part of who I am, but I had been over-identified with that. And now whenever I have these old issues come up or these old patterns come up, they come up in a way that I can deal with. Not even that I can deal with, but that I can quickly navigate through with compassion and love and understanding and get to the next moment, so that I'm not ruled by these patterns of behavior, but they're simply well, they're there, but they're not there. I don't know how else to explain that. Anyhow, I would highly recommend working with Dr. Friedemann. I think that if you have a specific issue in your life that you are really struggling with and that you haven't been able to break through it, he will help you do that. I feel that he's done that with me successfully. And I've had the happiest days of my life in this last year. And my work with him has only been so short, and I can only imagine what's in store because of how fundamentally different I feel and how fundamentally different my experience of the world is since working with him. So do it.